This is Jenny Christie, Sales Director of Mary Kay. I'm here to talk to you about how to manage your inventory, how to track it, how to store it, how to replenish it, and how to make sure you have what your customer needs. I am a very visual person, and I also like to keep things simple. As a mom of 4 young children, I just don't like to take the time to keep a detailed spreadsheet of my inventory. Instead, there are some key things that I like to do to keep things really simple. I like to use visual management. I want to be able to look at my shelf in a glance and know immediately what I need to order. So a key part of managing your inventory is that it must be visible. It must be visible to you and also to any clients that come over to your house. Okay. Also, you're going to need 2 stores. Okay. They're all part of one big store, but one of them is mobile and one of them is in your office. And so we're going to fill the mobile office, the mobile store, from your office store or from your shelf. And then we're going to fill the shelf from Mary Kay in Dallas. Okay, so that's going to be our way of managing our supply chain to our customer. It's going to go from Mary Kay Dallas to our shelf and in our office, and then from our shelf in our office to our mobile store. And we're going to be able to fill all of our orders at our parties from our mobile store or on the go. Okay, so I like to keep things very simple. I do not keep a massive spreadsheet of what I have. I have a visual system that enables me to know what I have in stock and what I don't at a glance so that I can order and spend my time with people and not paper, because that's what pays you in Mary Kay, your time with people. Okay, let's explore. This is the shelf in my office store after a couple weeks of holding parties and facials. Okay, so you can see there's quite a few gaps in my inventory on my shelf, and it's definitely time to replenish. Now remember, I do have some things in my mobile store, and I'll explain in a minute how we refill that. But because I refill my mobile store from my office shelf, I can look at my office shelf and know when it's time to replenish, because after every party, I'm going to come and replenish the mobile store from the office store, and that's going to put gaps in my inventory that I can then fill from my computer directly from Mary Kay Dallas. They'll come to me, of course, on UPS. So these are some gaps. You can see right away that, there are quite a few gaps. And so it's time to order. It's time to take care of this, because if I don't, then my customers are going to start feeling that. And that is the last thing that I want. I demand a high level of customer service for myself, and that's what I give my customers. And I get compliments all the time on how fast and quick and fun my deliveries are, and that's because I do not want them to wait. I do not want them to even think about going to Walgreens to buy something. I want this to be the easiest, funnest, and best experience that they can possibly have. And so I need to fill those gaps to make sure that my customers don't feel any gaps. Okay, so here's kind of how I organize my office store. We have our time-wise stuff here. So it starts with the basic sets, the cleansers, moisturizers, into the supplements, microderm, the masks. I'm really low, as you can see, on the firming eye cream. It's one of my top sellers. I only have 1 left, so that is always a flag to me. You can see we've got the Skinfigurate brush. I'm down to only 1 Time-Wise repair set because I've sold several this week. Sold quite a few miracle sets, and so I'm only have 2 on my shelf. And then Clear Proof, I'm down to 1 because I've been selling that too, and a couple little things there. I've got a big gap here, and that's my satin hands. So you can see right away, wow, it's time to order. Okay, now I do know that I have 1 of those in my mobile store. Okay, so I'm not totally out. If someone ordered 1, I could fill it, but I better get that quickly because I do not want my customers to wait. Okay, so that's a flag as well. I've got, I need some mascara because I sell that like crazy. All of my foundations here, I'm getting low on my primer, another top seller. Foundations, I've probably got some holes in different shades, and then I of course have my botanicals and my perfumes and fragrances. Okay, so you can tell just looking at this, I can tell just very quickly at a glance that I am running very low on sets. I better get busy. I am almost out of my satin hands, and some of my top sellers, like my firming eye cream, are dangerously low. Another one that is a top seller, dangerously low. I only have 2 of the oil-free eye makeup removers. That is a flag to me. Time to order, because I do not want my customers to feel any gaps. I want it to be seamless. I want them to have the best experience that they can have. So it's time to order. So let's replenish it and see what it looks like after we replenish this shelf. Okay, the shipment came in and we have replenished our shelf. We have filled in those gaps. You can see we have our satin hands filled up, our skincare sets, all those little holes in all of our supplements that we saw. We have sufficient oil-free eye makeup remover, all those things that we need to be able to take good care of our customers and those staples that we sell every day in our Mary Kay business. Okay, and so we've got all those holes filled up. A couple of key things that you want to keep in mind when you are stocking your shelf, okay? And the first is that every one of your products is going to have your label on it. That is so important for reorders. People should be able to quickly find the information they need to let you know when they need more product. Okay, so I have pulled out an example here. We've got oil-free eye makeup remover, and it has my label on there so that when they're running low, it's really simple to be able to contact me and say, hey, I need more product. And you know, I get those messages literally every day. Okay, and the reason why is sometimes because I've worked with people for years and they just, you know, we have a great relationship and I'm in their contacts. But sometimes it's because I have the label on there. Okay, so let's just make it easy for them and put that label on there. The second thing that and with the labels, just real quickly, that means that you are going to have to open up all of these sets, and you're going to have to label products inside the set. Okay, and you can either label all of those products or you can label, you know, some key products. And usually I label about 2 of the products in each set, okay? Or you could label them all if you want. Another thing that you need to keep in mind when you're stocking your shelf is that we always want to stock our shelf and fill our customer orders in a first in, first out fashion, okay? We call that FIFO, F-I-F-O, first in, first out. And it's the same procedure that a grocery store uses. And the reason why we use that is because we always want to be able to deliver the freshest product to our customer. So go watch them, you know, stock the shelves at the grocery store. It's the same concept. We want to have fresh product going out. So that means that the first product to come in is going to be the first product to go out to our customers so that we can keep rotating that stock, okay? So the product that just came in, for example, these cleansers and moisturizers, the brand new product is going to go at the bottom of this stack because I am going to pull from the top and give to my customers. This product came in first. It was here before. This came in last, so this is first in, first out. It's just a way of rotating that stock to make sure that we always have fresh product, okay? So the new product that comes in is either going to go on the bottom, or if you're filling in a front to back fashion, it's going to go in the back, okay? In this case, I always work left to right, so I pull from the left, and that means the product that just came in is going to go on the right, and I'm going to keep rotating that stock so everybody gets fresh product. That's FIFO, F-I-F-O, FIFO product, okay? And then finally, you're going to probably notice that I have decided to keep these bags on. So after labeling, okay, so I have, after labeling, placed all of these sets and things like that back in their baggie. And the reason for that is because they're already appropriately packaged for shipping. It's a requirement that when you ship something that has a gel or a liquid or a cream or something like that in there, you're supposed to package it in a zipped baggie. And so they've already done that for us. And so I just put them right back in there because even though a lot of these things I'm going to be delivering face-to-face at a party or a facial, I do get a lot of reorders throughout the week, and I do make shipments throughout the week. And so I can just pull it right off the shelf and it's ready to ship. Okay, all of those shipping materials that you get in your UPS shipment from Mary Kay, save the shipping materials because there is no reason to go out and buy all that stuff. It's there for you. So I save, you know, not everything, but I save a lot of peanuts, you know, enough that I need for my office. I save all the, you know, Ziploc baggies, the little bubble wrappers, you know, all that stuff that I'm going to reuse because why go out and buy it if it's already available? So I have a little shipping area that I keep all that stuff, and I can package things really, really fast. And so the other thing that is it's earth friendly because you're reusing things, right? So we're not just throwing them away. So save those little, you know, bubble wrappers and, you know, have a little area that you can keep some peanuts or little, you know, baggies and stuff like that you can package your shipments in too. There's no need to go out and buy a lot of that stuff because the company actually does a good job of supplying that to us. And so I do have a couple things that I buy. I do have a large bubble wrapping envelope that I buy that I ship a lot of things in, and then I have labels that I have purchased for my office. But other than that, you know, all those materials, oh, and tape. I have shipping tape. Other than that, everything else comes, you know, already in the shipment for you. It's already appropriately packaged. So save those things. So that is, you know, all stocked up, and we're ready to now take the office store and use it to replenish our mobile store because there's some gaps in that. We've been selling all week and we've got some gaps. So we want to go ahead and fill up our mobile store from our office store. So let's do that. Okay, so here is my mobile store. It consists of 3 simple little totes, okay? The first one is a color case that we're going to get into in just a minute. The second one is a roller bag that I use to put supplements and foundations and things like that. So this is all my color. We'll get into that in a second. And I have this color case, and then I have just a simple little tub that I use to put my skincare sets in. So my mobile store is mobile. It goes in my trunk, and this is what I fill my facial and party orders from and on the go. Okay, so that's what I fill that from. Okay, so let's talk first about the, you know, skincare sets and filling them up. Okay, so if we go here, we see, okay, we've had some parties this week, and so we have some gaps in here. We've got to fill this up because it's, you know, getting empty. And so after every party, I'm going to come back and I'm going to fill it up from my my office store. Okay, so I like to keep 2 to 3 satin hands in there. So I'm going to grab those, you know, just off the shelf here. I'm also going to go get another Time Wise Repair because I like to have a couple of those in there. And then as you can see, I don't have any miracle sets, and so I'm going to need to pull some. And you know, I'm actually going to have to probably order a few more because I like to have 3 or 4 of those because I usually sell quite a bit, and I try to always have those in the different formulas. Okay, so I like to have, that's what I like to carry with me. I like to have about, you know, 3 of the satin hand sets, a couple of the repair, 3 or 4, and I like to have 4 in this case. I have 3. I've got another one here I could pull, but as you can see, it leaves a gap. So now I need to go and order more miracle sets because I'm going to sell this stuff at my party. Okay, because people buy miracle sets. Okay, so all right, so there we go. We got our 4 and a couple of the clear proof, and then I also carry a brush set and a roll-up bag in there. Okay, so that is my tote for my skincare sets and my satin hand sets. Okay, so now let's get into the color. Okay, so let's start with supplements and things like that. I put those in this roller bag. Okay, and so what we're going to do is, just open that up real quick so you can see that. All of those things I fill from my office store, and I fill those right up. Okay, so you can see, there's some cleansers, moisturizers, all of our, serums and supplements, our body care products, sun care products. I've got satin lips, stuff like that. And here are my foundations and CC creams and stuff like that. And so I have those all organized so that I can easily get to them and easily find them when I am working from my trunk. I'm filling orders after a party. I want to be able to fill everybody's orders in, just a minute or two. And so I know where everything is. Okay, so that's all my foundations, and all of our serums and supplements and stuff go in that roll-up bag. And then the sets, remember, are in this tote. So here is my color case. The color case is a really good investment because I think it keeps you organized, and I do keep almost all of my color products in my color case. The only exception is mascara. I do keep mascara both on my shelf in my office and in the color case, and that is because I sell a ton of it, and I just need that extra space so I can have a lot of it. But otherwise, everything else is pretty small in size, so you can fit a lot of color in this small case, and there's no need to have two separate locations. So I basically am always carrying all my color with me. Okay, so an example of that would be, here I've got some concealers. I actually keep those in there, brushes and things, and you can see I have lip glosses and lipsticks and our True Dimensions, and yes, they are alphabetized. It's a little bit of effort to get them alphabetized at first, but once you have them alphabetized, it's easy to keep them that way. And again, you can see at a glance what you have and what you do not have. So there's two benefits. One, you're going to be able to go out to your car and fill orders from your parties within a minute. I can fill 6 orders in 2 minutes, and because I know where everything is, so I can grab them very quickly. And you're going to want to do that so that you can, help give that fast delivery at your parties. The other important thing is that you want to know what you have and know what you do not have, because let's say that you're going out to your car and you can't find a color that you think that you have, but you can't find it. Well, you're probably going to order it because you can't find it, but you really have it. So you've just, bought something that you don't need to buy. And so that's what organization does for you in inventory management, is it just helps you, not order things that you already have. You can easily over order things if you're not careful. So keep organized. That's very important so that we can take good care of our customers and that we do not order things that we don't need. So let's take a look down here. I also have, little things I put, liners in. I've got, mascaras and cream shadows. We've got, now this one is one that I actually need to fill up because I just sold for a big event 70 eyeshadow. So I am very low. You can see, I've got lots of gaps in there, and they are alphabetized, so I can easily go through and find what I have and what I do not have. So this week I actually sold 70 eyeshadows, and so I'm pretty sparse right now, but I can easily go on and figure out what I have and what I don't have, order them, and get them in because they are organized and alphabetized. Okay, so there's my eyeshadows. And we also have, cheek. I keep all my little compact applicators in these things too. So we've got, cheek colors and bronzers and things like that. Again, alphabetized. So I can find them quickly. I know what I have and what I don't have. Okay, so you get the idea. There's two stores. There's one in my office and there's a mobile store. Those work together. So what happens is I sell from my mobile store when I'm out and about, when I'm doing facials and parties. And once I sell those things, I come home and replenish that from my office store, from my shelf from my office. And then I can just quickly look at a glance with visual management and see, oh my goodness, I need to order more miracle sets. I need some repair sets. I need makeup remover. I can tell because I can just look on my shelf because it is visible to me. One thing that will also help you is if you build an order as you go. Okay, so when you sell something, you need to replenish it, especially if it's something that you carry on hand on a regular basis, like a skincare set. So when you come home from your party and you've sold 4 skincare sets, you'll replenish that mobile tub. And then you want to go into InTouch and start an order. Now, whether you place that order that evening or not is up to you. If you have enough on hand that you can, combine that with some other things, that's great. But starting that order and saving it will allow you to build the order real time so that you're not having to backtrack and think about what you sold over the month. You can build that order as you go, and then you can place the order when you need to. Okay, that I have found very helpful to be able to do, real-time order building in my business. It just helps me because, I don't want to have to backtrack or look back at receipts or sales slips or anything. I just kind of do it as I go. Okay, so it's all about being efficient, having the product on hand when people need it, and having the right amount of product. So managing your inventory well, it touches several areas of your business. It's very important. First, it impacts your customer service because you're able to get the product to people right away. This week alone, I had over $700 in just reorders, and I had 4 emails and texts from those customers thanking me for the fast delivery. So people notice when you take the extra mile and you get it to them fast and you're able to write that handwritten note, they notice that extra mile, and that's going to make a difference in help you stand out in your business. So it helps with having outstanding and excellent customer service. The other area that managing your inventory is going to affect is your money management. Because when you manage your inventory well, you're going to have a better bottom line. First of all, you're not going to make the mistake of over ordering something that you already have enough of because you'll be organized. Or perhaps it's going to help you save money on shipping and delivering. When you don't have enough product on your shelf, you're spending a lot more on shipping and delivering. Imagine going to a party and not having what they need. You have to come home and order it, pay shipping costs, and then you have to make those orders go several different places. So you end up paying double and triple the shipping and delivery costs when you don't have the product on hand. So good inventory management is also going to directly affect your bottom line. The other thing that it impacts is your time management, because we want to have great time management so that you, as the CEO of your business, can spend the time that you need to with the people, the consultants in your team, and the customers in your customer base. Those are the people that you need to be spending your time with when you are the CEO, right? Okay, well, there's one more thing that you need to know about your inventory. And that is that you will need to do a little bit of tracking. Okay, so I've already said that I do not keep a big, huge spreadsheet on it. I use a visual management system. Okay, and in order to use that system, you will have to have an idea of how much inventory you want of each item. Okay, so how many sets do you need on hand? How many makeup removers do you need on hand? So if you're new or you're building an inventory, you may want to speak to your sales director and have her help you with that, because we're very knowledgeable about the best sellers and what you can expect to sell at parties at given levels of activity. Okay, and as you grow your business, you're going to know your numbers. You're going to know what you sell every week and what you typically sell at a party. So you'll know your numbers, you'll know your averages, and you'll have a good sense of what you need on hand for your growing customer base. Okay, and that will make it really easy to do that visual management system where you're just, filling things up to the fill line, right? Okay. So the other thing that you need to know is about tracking. So once a year, you do need to take a detailed count of your inventory, and that's for tax purposes. Okay, that's called your year-end inventory. You're going to write all that stuff down and track it because you'll have to use it on your taxes. That year-end inventory also serves as the next year. So December 31st is the end of the year, January 1st is the beginning, and what you count is going to serve as your year-end and then your beginning inventory for the following year. Both of those numbers are needed for your taxes. Okay, so remember to take that detailed count at the end of the year. The other thing that you'll have to track is your personal use. Personal use products are those that you personally pull off the shelf that you and your family are using, okay? And those can be separated into two categories. The first category are things that you cannot see, okay? And those things include skincare, foundation, perfume, okay, stuff like that. You cannot see them. Then there are things that you can see, and the things that you can see include like your lip gloss, your mascara, your eyeshadow, you get the point. You're going to want to track those things, and whether you put them on a piece of paper or what I do is when I pull something off the shelf, I have a little box in my office. I just put the carton in there, and then every week or so I go in and, I actually have my office assistant help me and put all these things into a spreadsheet where they get categorized into those groups. Okay? And so you're going to do that. And the reason for that is because those numbers are also going to be important at tax time. The things that you cannot see are not tax deductible, but the things you can see are. Okay? It's basically advertising for you and your business. And your accountant is going to be able to help you with that. They're going to be very knowledgeable about that. So make sure you're tracking your personal use items, that you are also doing that year-end count. Okay. We have covered a lot. It's an important topic, but you know what? You can do it. You are the CEO of a very successful business. You're building your future $1 million business. I believe in you. Have a blessed day.